For moment, Mama Crab from Umbra Lawson TV Pro Max SO. But this year, gold and a year minimum ever be come on. A year demonstration be air coso against some kids. Any NDC for any a year Ghana phobia, Eddie Montuma Abano say there be near air coson. Or money and shada engine huntino. Demonstration power air coso say, easy boss, Jane Mensah. I umbium. Na omonya internal audit and forensic audit. Ewo eye registration register ni emu. Eno ena Ghana for ene empanyifo bi ede omon soma aba no ye NDC empanyifo de omon soma aba no a. Ebusa me no kasa de ede demonstration access na efia gold. But this papa me de bi eba be so me say nti be bibia wo bia no me de nchia kase pa ede ma se bomoden a na won saka video ya bomoden a share Emma adofo ensa enkabi obetime do comment enso e de aba comment section honum kama so amam emre so a ye bia ahomatofo nenso e de atumu kama e de amount na won so wafre wachira wadwen say demonstration ya yenuanom NDC for any Ghana for bi akomontuma abo anom stakeholders ahodo adni omo akeka boma omo je demonstration oyetri so ho hia anase ho hia ebusia answer no yenhwe na ye hu ne ekoso at the moment ewo Accra onfiase ewo cycle as usual the cycle na ye hu ne ekoso.
Committee that was set up to look into it. The NDC today are as well demanding same a forensic audit, and this forensic audit is not just being demanded in a vacuum. It's being demanded because there have been certain palpable irregularities that they've spotted with the register. Now the EC seems to be quite ambivalent about these concerns. Now I believe that's why a lot of these party people are out here today to ensure that they drum that message across. And what's that message? That forensic audit to ensure that the December 7 elections are truly free, fair and transparent.
Well, Bakwashi, looking at the numbers, does it really send a signal that look, Ghanaians are not happy about what the EC is doing? Why are they even taking an entrenched position?
Well, I mean, absolutely. You can see a lot of people, and you see, you look at the demographic of the people here, and there are people of all ages and all creeds, and people who are concerned about the democracy of our country. Randy, I mean, for all of us as citizens, for all of these things are not things that should be labored. They are things that, after all, would inure to the benefit of our democracy. I personally do not even believe that this should be a party clarion call. It should be a national clarion call because the implications inure to all of us. Now, if these elections are not credible and they degenerate into something else, Randy, we are citizens. It would affect us. The governance of a country is the apex of every decision that's taken in the country. So I believe it is very essential that at an event or a gathering like this, people from all walks of life, of all creeds and all races, have come here to drum their message home. That we require a credible register to ensure that the 2024 elections are free, once again fair and transparent.
I'll get back to you, Koshi, but let me just make a few interviews with the
Abusia ni akoso ewo Obrasco ene awie na ifia gold medi bi ma wo no yenu aba me wote ne kasa mo se omo de numbers no de ehia but ense da ehia papa ne ehia ne se omo wo ho ne padodo na aba ho no ebi ye ma ebi ye mema omo nyina nkrofo a omo du emre se omo timi eto aba omo nyina ye above 18 ena omo kire se ne ekoso no omani enshada enje ho ne omo hia ne se yesi eye Jane Mensah enbiemu na eye register na yetimi hwem na yeto aba no ye audit mu ye hwemu se nipa na ewo mu no ewo Ghana ha no obi adin wom ne ne din ni mu no ye fa ne din hwem ne obi hono ma no wom ne din wom but nipa na wu ye hwe ne yi samanfo din ni nyina emfim ne ye hwe se overvoting emma ene chese obi akonso se okwakoto aba no nso a ono nso ne din ebe register mu ya to say Jane Mensah say okona say wo de ID card nkonkwa na say ye hwe na say wo obi a ID card nkwa na odi ni register ne nkwa ebetime the red pen and say blue pen atwe with it asem o my Ghana
event quickly. So that was my colleague Koshi Fiaka. He's going to be a co-host of this particular demonstration. I mean the special coverage of this demonstration. But here is a young man who I believe is part of the organizers. Sir, thank you so much for joining us here on Ways.tv. May I know your name, sir?
My name is Abdul Razak Yakubu.
Why are you here, Abdul?
I am here because, first of all, I am a Ghanaian and I'm concerned about the nature of our elections and to make sure that our elections goes without violence. First of all, an audit will allow room for peaceful and trust transition. Also, people will be able to understand that their vote has been protected. We want to make sure that we erase the mistrust in the EC. But to be able to erase the mistrust in the EC and to allow Ghanaians to be confident that whoever they elect is the person who is going to govern, we must make sure that the voter register has been audited and has been agreed by all parties involved. But this is not the case. And this is why we are all out here insisting and advocating that the EC should listen to us and listen to our call. And that we want to make sure that Ghana's democracy is protected.
Abusiana question na man for do na ebisa ne say na so sa forensic audit ya Ghana for be any MPP for aye konkoti e de omo agim say yen audit has it ever happened before in this country ebi esipen ya ye bi da enti eba ne sen e na afa say bi esi da de a eba ne sen e na this time there omo pese ombema ho kwan na say bi ensi da why is it that now NDC for any Ghana phobi epese sad dwumadie no etimi ekoso ye nua ba ne ma no eguso e kyerɛkyerɛ mu ne enti a omosusu se e wo se sa auditing no etimi eba so eno ti bomode na tie bie ono oka eye omo organize this particular demonstration no eho ye enti ne nsem
we deepen governance and we are able to have a Ghana that we are all proud of. So as it stands now, until that audit is done, we are never going to stand down. We want to make sure that Ghanaians are going into this election and being assured that their elections and their vote is protected.
The EC tells us that the laws allow them to do their own internal auditing. Is that not enough to say that yes, let's trust the EC to do that?
No, I don't think so. Even the police themselves have their own internal audit systems. The army has its own internal audit system. Parliament has its own checks and balance mechanisms. Government itself has its own checks and balance system. The fact that you are an independent state institution doesn't mean that you will not avail yourself when it comes to demands of the citizens, that they want accountability, they want transparency, and they want good governance in Ghana. So it is their responsibility, although they are independent, to listen to the people they work for. We are their employers, and we are saying that we want a fair and free election. We want to make sure that the election is transparent, one that we can all trust. This will allow room for a just, free and fair election. So this
will allow room for free, fair election. If after say ye the register na beto ne a pension mu akomu go through ama ye auditing ama ye hu say bibia edemu a na say so maybe so ebusia me ma adwentre eno no me question. I don't know what question you also have. Obetimi do comment no so e dey about comment section hono mama me so bibia wo bia no but more than share a video e ma foforo. The question is say if EC avail herself any na dwuma yefo nyina say ampa efe de mombra mo be ye auditing na say ye na say mo ehu hwi wo mu a e dey na mo beka esa na say yamakum mabomade agu yi say animu ase ono ogine hu di ose mo ma ye nkwan yankasa ye auditing ye hwe ne ensese ewo mu no bia ye be yi afim ne e wo say ewo mu no ye betimi e de ahyemu. So why is it that Ghana for be enti omo ho ase up till now no omo pese yetimi sade no they said they are doing this so that free and fair election 2024 obia akoma beto ne yemu say election ni obe win no o win no krojin kulu bia enim ai chese yan tse wabo anwo obia de so yem no ugidi say with this no ebetimi amasonje aba anase omo say after say anase say easy enti o ma they will continue this demonstration till your mama calls you. What I say ebetimi aboa we betimi aye ade a ebetimi de ohaw anase wantwi bi ebefi ase de menteme ho ase bi aba ahead of 2024 election. Ebusian for comment
now the other point is that the EC tells us that whatever challenge the NDC together with the other CSOs and other Ghanaians are asking for is already being done. They are in the process of auditing the register. So what's the point in demonstrating?
But you cannot self-audit. That is why we are asking for all players to be brought on the table to do the auditing. There is one common saying that if you are not on the table, sitting at the table, then you must be in the menu. And we do not want to be in the menu. The NDC is a credible and legitimate political party, and this is why we are asking for that we should be brought into a stakeholder forum where we can all see and participate fully. We want to encourage people to want to vote all the time, and for people to want to vote all the time, they must be certain that whoever they are voting for is a guaranteed person to be the one that they are electing.
Is it a case that your likes don't trust the EC?
It's not about not trusting the EC. We are asking for accountability. We are asking for transparency. Even in our own life, we need auditors. We audit everybody. Is it because we don't trust them? No. But we want to make sure that we are building a Ghana that is trustworthy, a Ghana that is in the leading. You know, Ghana has been on the forefront when it comes to good governance across the continent. And we want to make sure that particular thing is protected. And without the proper auditing, we cannot trust the elections. We all want to make sure our votes are protected. And this is what we are going to do. We want to assure everybody that when you vote, your vote is protected. And we want to make sure that there are no illegal names, illegal transfers, nothing. And this is why we are here on the street.
Now, let me also ask, after today, what if the EC doesn't heed to your calls, what will you do?
I don't think this will end. We will continue till our voices are heard.
81 days to election.
We will continue till our voices are heard. The election must be fair and just.
I'm grateful. Thank you so much for speaking to us. So, of course, there you had one.
Abusia, I just say, Ocean ya Ecosia. Demonstration NDC National Democratic Congress any Ghana phobia dream on my Ghana home akom ho aboma and no ka say demonstrations koso papa na baby a wo hwe de say enkrapumpuni mantemu a cycle and importemu and ayede sa demonstration efia ayede ebro baby a wo hwe mo bia na idin de no na efia good I lost in TV Pro Max eni enuano Wezo TV omo and I just say eni omo edi kasubo mu ayede dwumede nyina ede ebro amafo ekere omadwen so wuti enua bema no nkasa yemu na opa kire say sa demonstration ya omo yi enye say bia ede ntokwa beba anase mpo omo na omo bije manso twefo omo ntia asomase nti na omo de omo gusu ase omo ye kire after say isi aba abonten say mo de munja ama ye yan kasa ye be ye ntwehwemu ye be ye ne wo say ye bia na ya masomdwe aba na omo se da bi mpanyifo kaka se bi say se wani tuemu a ye ndi enjaw Enti no, omo pese omo ani tuemu fe. No omo hu bi na clear every doubt from their mind so that election 2024 new obe win say yen papa John Dramani Mahama and I say yen papa Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia ena ebe win no na che say krodin enkoye mente me ho ase ye kokot bia ene ade enti no mo de mumbiem na yina ye nhwem mankasa mo ye na mo ye nyina ye tete hobi na enwu se we ye den ya menti ase na mo nti ase no bi nti ase no bi sa question say adana eti say then much I say enti what is it at all that EC is hiding into this auditing in Ghana phobia especially NDC for insisting and I say ask for no and mami Jane Mensah and then crop for MPC on Bemakwa ebusia eguswa 80 amount for ensem.
The CSOs and other meaningful Ghanaians are raising about the credibility of the voters register. The EC tells us that look, they are working on it. So NDC and the others get back to the drawing table so we can do that.
The EC should be telling this to the Marines and not Ghanaians. We know what they are doing. They are planning to rig the election for the MPP, and we are not going to agree. They should listen to the voice of the people, especially the reasoning of the NDC. That is what I want to say this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much as well. So I see the elections director of the NDC here as well. Yesterday he was on our channel and he is here as well, leading the charge as far as the demonstration is concerned. Doc, thank you so much for joining us here on Wezo TV. How do you feel being part of this demonstration?
It's exciting that people appreciate the need for the EC to permit an independent forensic audit of the voters register and the IT system. It's exciting that Ghanaians have bought into that proposal because it is the surest way to secure a free, fair and transparent elections. The register is at the foundation of the elections. A register that is not credible cannot produce a credible election. And in my hand here is Madame Mensah when she was at the IEA 2015.
Now can you show that to the camera?
Madame Mensah when she was at the IEA in 2015. If you can pick it, it's a story, okay, from Peace FM online. The story reads: a communique at the end of the Institute of Economic Affairs organized debate on whether or not to replace the voters register has asked the Electoral Commission to show proactiveness and leadership by engaging the services of a competent, credible, and external organization to audit the electoral roll. The communique, which was signed by IEA Executive Director Mensah, pointed out that though Article 46 of the National Constitution protects the EC from direction or control, it is nevertheless accountable to the citizens because it is a public organization which draws its funds from the consolidated fund. The cost implications of auditing the existing voters register, of compiling a new register, the communique stated, should not take away from steps to provide a credible and acceptable register for the 2016.
Ebusiasa wo hwe me na wutia. Ye nua be ma oka say on na ye election director for NDC Amayoko no. Na story ana say asama all kan brofo 10 a all kan no. Ye nua ba Mensah. Okay, say 2016 year to waba. Na 2015 mo hono ye debate. Debate bi ekọ so between papa Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo ene John Dramani Mahama. Aha. Na after the debate no, and some Mensah ekaye. Yes, internet doesn't lie and doesn't forget. In summer, yenua ba Mensah ekaye. Ena ebusia yenua be men atwen also call my joy online on sabe kan sa information yina ewo. Mensah ankase enuma nsem a okaye no. Eno ene ye de refer na ankasa. Ekuso na yentiti nsem no ye wi e be chirechire.
Elections. The cost of managing a national crisis resulting from a flawed electoral process will be potentially higher than that of having an acceptable register, the communique added. This is Madame Mensah. But you know what?
What does that mean?
What it means is that Mensah in 2015 believed that an independent audit of the voters register was important, even though the EC still was independent. So if she was at IEA and this was her position, what has changed today that she has moved from the IEA?
Ebusia hwe ewiase ayewe wo ho ne a wo ye bia eye adwen ho ene sansem yi na sampaso ye mama Mensah eka 2015 se na hu hia data mka na omo yesa yensesa voter register na nupa na yesa yenye audit no yensesa na ne ade na NDC fon so se da yenche da empreso na oka se sa time no so mpo no na EC no was still independent. What you say na sa wo kan say ya ene adenti na edu so na afedi ye yenye na ose David enkuso encheti yen papa election director of the NDC impenyufo
to the Electoral Commission. A startling revelation also came out yesterday, and that is a memo that the EC has written to their various regional directors. What they are saying is that their regional directors, when they receive the petition, please, upon receipt of the petition, do not make any remarks, but rather inform them
that you will forward their petition to the commission. What this memo is telling you is that the EC doesn't want the regions to be answering region-specific problems. We have heard them. Because of that, we are not submitting any of the region-specific problems there. What this means is that they have confirmed our long-held suspicion that the headquarters is in the thick of affairs with regard.
Abusia ane say we sa demonstration na ekoso isa wotia say ekoso all the regions, the 16 regions of Ghana. Na ehu na enwa say entia yensa aka ne say ewo our sentiment mu krampo no say tutu bi ato ama apolisifoɔ bi ene Ghana fo a sabi omukọ ese omukọ demonstration, which is the protesters no mienu krampo serious a sabi say na ya rush omo they call hospitals ni nyina ne say na bi ekoso a apolisifoɔ no say omonti ase omukọ two tear gas na ma say ibinom akọ ahunhehia mu na ne mi bisa ne say if ampa say ye ma me Jane Mensah say 2016 election na say utimi make this past comments no e wo 2015 e wo IEA say ehu be hia say register no ye besesa say be ya asumudwe menti me ho ase bia emma say be ya asumudwe beba say ne be ya doubt bia e be clear na obia emfa wo hu bia enhye ne mu nti no ehu hia say yen bia register ne yen sesemu. That time no they were not asking for a auditing of the register, but rather the change say yes some register no ebusamu fanche me na say ampa say wutimi ebe ka sa say ane wo de ofo say eno baso a ebe ma asumdwe aba ebe ma prepare aba ebe ma nokre aba nokre die ebe ba enti wo so de wo to si opposition a wo ne say wo gina mu pintin e support say yes register no. That time no ampa na say that time na easy independent o na independent enti say na Jane Mensah wo no wa mayokuo ne wadwumakuo mo gidi say kululu ketase shepro ye dwene mu bia enya dia ekoso e wo EC office hono ma. Why is it that you people are denying for this forensic audit? Why? What I told you people want to hide? E dey na modi EC because se mpanyifo kaka se bi say so we go to baby na say ye pai kronfo na wo nya kronfo a wo emfa wo ho odi ane so pa baby gina ye fra akosia na wo ndi akosia wo ntwa wani na mo so wo di akosia de ende ye bo akosia na no wadan wani wo ye kronfo de ende o tese pa kronfo na chese wankasa what some pa bo asho motuam na chese wo na wo sen no enti what at all do you people want to hide? What is going on over there? We as citizens, we as Ghanaians say ane dia yendi ena wo ho mo ye adwuma e de mai even though mo ye independent, but we are the stakeholders. Ye nyina ye say ane mo biemu na yenye auditing. Na auditing yi enkoso individually adwuma mu auditing timi koso companies ahodo private sectors and government sectors na auditing etimi koso eno nchese obi ntwase wa na se bibi but se ne be ya menti me ho ase bia ma se ne be ya obi am adwe beda ho fine enye first timer bibi say eba be si e wo my Ghana mu ho Jane Mensah enti e dey pa na mu di esie e wo hono mu nti a still la Ghana for eka yen sese ye bisa say na ye peno before 2024 election, before December, no, won't be na yen share because we have heard. Do not doubt ni so. Ya tete say, ya just some transfer bi. Owa ha te say me wa enkran ha ya na se wo Kumasi. Ni e yi udin, ni e de akwato pan ha. Uwo Kumasi, ni e de udin akwato ho. Uwo ho, ni e de udin abehye Kuapem North. Entu be ko behwe mu hu udin. Ewo mu, and no din tokwa beba. Sana ya tete no. Unnecessary transfer of votes in the B akoso just so that it can wreck the election. And to clear the doubt of Ghanaians, to clear the doubt of people, no, why don't you adhere to what they are saying? What we are saying? Sanya beya asmudwe beba, and your biambra yembeshe. Edin say netie obi akuta ne register ye nyina ye wo ho nipa semasi wawu ye yi ne film nipa semasi owo ho wo ye Kuapem North ye ndin nyina wo mu eye Asante Manto mu okọ eye Bantama obi edin wo mu ni ehwe na asumudwe bra before the election ye simple small no better on that ma or na che wona chinwade. So why is it that eye isifo empreso say sade ebetimi abaso? Is it true that you people are hiding something? Is it true say and pass Edin hu bi aba be rewra mu. Is it true say ampa say ma spread it ma sesa manfo de ma gigi ya manfo din ade akọ baabi because they say within NDC no just say baabi a mo hu say ye to aba bebre ema NDC no ya sesa nkrofo din afi honom obekọ hu din na baabi a ye MPP fo no eto aba no kwa ye din nkrofo foforo din ahyesem wo ho. And to say if they have raised all this concern, now did they say enye no kre bibia ni wa o se mensamu ni mensamu fine mensamu et se menim bibia sa eni ho enti mo de mo bra na mo behwe then yase benu so a emia enti adenti e na mo pese mo beye isi adenti what are you people hiding? Is it true sir you people have rather no instead say you work for Ghanaians no working for a particular political party which is the NPP? If not, what's up? Everything in Tenia Ecoso demonstration.
As to the discrepancies that we have seen, because they are asking the regions, do not respond to your region specific issues. Forward everything to the commission. This is why we have said the headquarters of the Electoral Commission is a crime scene. It is the headquarters of the Electoral Commission that sat down and allowed BVR kits to be stolen under CCTV surveillance, under military surveillance, under police surveillance. We believe that there is no way people can manipulate the data to the extent that they have manipulated it without connivance with people at the headquarters. And so we hear them. We have read their memo and we will take it from there.
Do you think the EC is taking an entrenched position?
We think so far they've taken an entrenched position. But we will continue with our demonstration with the hope that they will change their minds. After all, it's only a fool who doesn't change their mind. We want them to change their mind and allow for the forensic audit.
Look, it looks as if it's just the NDC and a few CSOs that are demonstrating. Where are the other stakeholders?
There are over 15 CSOs that have issued statements in support. There are several prominent civil society actors who have also spoken. Professor Kofi Abochi, Franklin Kujo, Kweku Azar, and several others have spoken. The most important thing is how valid the justification for this demonstration is, and it is valid. We are proving to you, and the EC has admitted that over 240,000 people transfers have been added to the 2024 transfers from the 2020 register. We are proving to you that in Pusiga, illegal transfers have taken place. We are proving to you that over 3,000, almost 4,000 names are missing from the register. We have also proven to you that the register, part of it, are corrupt, such that you cannot find the photo, you cannot find the name, you cannot find the age of the person. When we raised it, Mensah says that once you go with your voter's ID card, they can use pen to write your name in the register. That is recipe for disaster. We just want the Electoral Commission to listen. They should listen and listen and listen carefully and act. They should permit the independent forensic audit.
Now, finally, before I let you go, we've seen demonstrations. If the EC doesn't pay heed to your calls, what next?
We'll cross the bridge when we get there.
Very well. Thank you so much, Doc, for speaking to us as well. So there you heard Dr. Omani Boama, the Director of Elections for the NDC, as well as the man in charge of their IT system. So, of course, we are here at the Obra Sports.
Abusia sa wo hwa NDC for any Ghana for B and I say omode demonstration ahwehwe so kama ama yen no demonstration so all the regions and all the 16 regions of Ghana no and a demonstration yi so NDC for esusu say 2024 election is about to be wrecked by the EC in sense or working in favor of the New Patriotic Party, which is the NPP, which will be the ensure engine this but just almost fierce be almost who be a woman say near maybe enkoye as they are working in favor of the MPP so that ombetimi abreki it no they are trying say baby a portal bia ewo bia no just say omobe silly every portal say na be ya asumdwe de asumdwe no mapa de betimi aba ebusia egusua hwe demonstration enough is enough demo.
You should always support something that will bring peace to that country that you are in. I do not want to see this country in chaos. From all that we are hearing, it means that we all have to support the EC to be audited, so that the chaos that may arise on election day will be curtailed right now.
So most definitely, we are still here at the Obra Sports. We just want a better space because the crowd is becoming quite thick and thicker. But Reverend is still with us here. Reverend, let me hear your thoughts then.
Yes, my members, they always tell me that, look, we need peace in this country. And so as a leader, I must also push for that peace to be established in this country. So I am saying that any Ghanaian who does not support the EC to be audited, you are rather a nation wrecker, not somebody who votes for a political party. You, the one that does not support the EC register to be audited, you are rather the nation wrecker, not anybody who votes for any political party anywhere. This is what we want. The EC register must be audited so that everybody will be at peace. Imagine if on election day, me or my members go to the polling center and they are told that their names are not there. Look at the kind of chaos that will come. So any right-thinking Ghanaian who loves this country must support and also advocate that the EC must allow itself to be audited. If they have nothing, as they are claiming, they should just do this so that there will be peace. The tension in the country is rising by every minute. The tension in the country is rising, and that is why I am concerned, and that is why I decided to pass through and also give my displeasure to what is going on. How can we have an EC that every day we hear all kinds of things, strange things happening? What is it? It means that their system have lapses in it, so they must allow themselves to be audited properly and also bring into bear anything that they need for their systems and their processes to work efficiently.
There is a clergy, there is a peace council as well. What do you think they ought to do at this time? Have they failed?
You see, this is my issue. When you have people who claim they are good but they will not talk, okay, when certain things are going wrong, you can also be said not to be good, because you must speak out for the right things to be done. That is how we build a nation. America, UK, the countries we look up to, did not build their country this way. We should not allow a group, let's say one section of the public, all right, to always get what they want. Everything must be done fairly. The system must be fair for the system, so that everybody can operate. All I am asking for the sake of peace, EC must allow itself to be audited. The Christian Council, they must come out boldly and speak. Your members will not say they are leaving you because you preach for peace. And one thing I want to add, our pastors, our clergy, when they are preaching, they should also encourage their members to get involved with politics, because politics, I've observed, rotates around each and every one our lives. Everything you do, politics affects it. Look at how Ghana is going. Look at how we got a free SHS. Look at the infrastructure that other government built. It tells you that everything you do in this on this earth, politics affects it. So pastors and clergymen should not only preach to their members about history in the Bible, but they should talk about realities of today. I preach to my members wherever I stand to preach. I tell them about politics, and I draw their attention to the happenings in the country. As any good lover of this country, you must be concerned about the things happening in your country. You should not say that you do not care and politics is for some other people and you do not care. Everybody, politics affects you, whoever you are, whether you are a foreigner in this country, whether you are a Ghanaian, whether you love this country or not. Politics affects you. So, by a clergyman, please, when you preach, tell your members to follow the happenings in the country. They should follow. It is not about whether you are this or that. Just let them follow. Let them encourage them to know what is going on in the country and to speak up when the time needs to be for that to happen. They should speak up when it is needed, not to just keep quiet when the supposedly bad majority will draw this country into chaos. So the few good people must speak for the right things to be done.
Reverend, what will be your message to Jean Mensah and then the entire EC?
I will plead with her. Just like, I'm somebody who follows politics a lot. I will plead with her and all the other commissioners, just as they used to talk when MPP was not in power. When she was heading the IEA, the kind of things that she was saying. She even said that the EC album must be audited some years back.
That was in 2015.
That was 2015. Thank you. So what is it that you will say that this time it should not be audited? Prove to everybody that nothing is in the album. Shame the NDC. That's what I believe. That is why I'm here. That the EC should allow itself and prove to the party NDC that they were worrying about nothing. So EC officer, EC and all the commissioners, I am pleading. I am Reverend Power. I'm pleading with you that please, for the sake of peace, number one, and for the sake of your own image, okay, and for the sake of people's belief and trust in you, please just open the EC register. Let all IT specialists who the parties will bring and any other institution that will be mandated to audit the album, please let them do it within a week or so. This thing will be done so that the tension in the country will go down. My members keep complaining. They are not happy. Please, let the right thing be done so that we can all move on with our lives.
Reverend, thank you. Thank you so much for speaking to us. And Reverend Power, there you heard him as well. Reverend.
Abusia Reverend Power and I would say, what's in Kano, or also what Baba Church and Insemo HS or no your software pie or my gun and Muhanum. Nas need the politics a cheaper because politics crowd kaya a startificial and Yankupon anyone something politics started. They started playing politics over there and upon Yankupon who said there be man shark where you beat me if you are so and about more than a if you junction and so number two a underground Hanum here. It's just all cancer as so for Mundi when you say hard drinks or nabre anything. Into another your software. But yes, sir, or the who every politics more or deep politics and non politics, every politics. Na near all canan for all friending na and say peace council more info. Peace council more info. And if on a peace council for Nitinia El Coso ewa my gun and Mohano Monte. What is your majuma ewa my gun and Moha? Sasa we na Niger Gezi koka ya mose mayen kano. Or see he sees the peace council no say omo lose omo credibility. Aso hu so mo ye toothless lions. Toothless. Omo nisibia, omo bom wo omo nka esibia nyomanum because we had to act no when they had to add their voices no we don't hear their voice. Because this is the time a peace council was some over. Na see you some ko friend software in by say peace council for more year meeting towards 2024 election. Yes, it's a step in the right direction. But before there will be peace, no, there has to be justice. Justice. And ma, I told you there will be no peace. Ain't no peace council. As mudin damo so no mo hwehwe asumdwe echi kwan. Wo kan Matthew 5 or see in shrane won a. Sene ho kom eni sukom ede won. Na inshane mo se mo hwehwe eye asumdwe echi kwan. Enti peace council. This is the time a Ghana for be say ya bonjo so. Register no ye humu. Ye hunia koso. Enti mo fambra bonten. Na nkrofo enhwem. Empanyifo mo mpanyifo omo anamusifo embehwehwem. Na masumdwe yambra. Peace council, what are you people saying about this? And I say the yapama no. Say the peace council mu ni o my Ghana ha. And now this particular issue na koso no enfam ho. Isi sama AC between Ghana phobia, especially NDC for any Ghana phobia omo ye non-partisan people. Some of the ye MPP ye NDC na mo ye Ghana for ye pasumdwe because Ghana ye there. That's why I say sikeni ha. But Ghana ye there. Obi eni hwade ne sabe kuma chira na jafio. Obi aseme papa hie ni, onka sem papa hie ni da. onfa ne benkum nkyere enti Ghana te sen kra yensuo ya kwan enye sesei na se me ndra me hwe video bi eche se yensuo nsuo ahodo se ne ekọ no asai ne nyina se ne etie bi ya galamse adarumenti no nsuo nyina asai se wo ma Ghana mu hanom but yes Ghana ne yewo yenyanya visa ne bi ntu kwan ye Ghana ha ya le wontie pasumudwe ekom de yen kurampo na sentokwansi moja hwegu eni ho a yepe enti ade a edi asumdwe beba no ade na peace council most form of support enko we are not saying say go and support the NDC but yes so you can call the EC official and tell her say ray ampa ebi esida enye first time ni na mo bibia NC da kretimisi enti ade enti na wonti ase na se be asumdwe beba enti umbie won nsam nkyere NDC for say mensam ni ahwi nim register no eni ahwi nim anansa mpa mo behwem bibi wo mu krampa okay bibi wa ha ni nyina ye fa adwene kro ne akoma kro emwa na yenyiyi ne wo mu nyina enye nyina emfim na enta ho pefe krojin na eno no emba na peace council ye papa Archbishop Duncan Williams ye papa Oforiata eni nkanfo ekeka ho panyifo mo da peace council ano monfo mo ho ense monfo ma no entum we saw how this gay any ade insemu eba ye modi mo hye mo kasa ye it was good. Now we are not even hearing your voices about insu a say e wo my Ghana mu ha sene galam say asay nsu nyina amaye nyina enom chemicals jadia hodo yente se peace council mo kan wasem but peace no is not just to say munja ntokwa keko. You don't wait for the ntokwa to come, you don't wait for the issue problem no to come before mapa asumdwe yo rather mo hwehwe asumdwe na tiri kwantem sene be ya da asumdwe betena omanim but mo dia no ye humo even though like Niger Gaze so for Niger Gaze bia wo bia mechi papa or say senya election time of course we don't hear about a peace council yet musika twitwe dia mo dia beto ho se mo ope na mo dia ye regional anase district no mo dia ye mo adwuma anase regional to my organizing meetings any conferences e region now it's not just by saying, by action. Then Ghana for benyamumu avrechemu say peace council akaso na peace council say then your voice will be your power. Ghanaians will have some enidaso anasa avrechemu bi ewo mumu. But in Sembi say kwaso na say peace council which is ahemfo wom, etitafo wom, asofo wom, politicians ewom, na say manfo man yenuanom kremofo imamfo ni bi ewom. Na se bibi say kwaso na for man no atuma na is as if say ampasa asenia you people no in government bia na ban bia ebeba so no e chese na mo de mo ho afore no e NDC and the night chese mo de mo ho afore no e NDC na mo de mo ho afore no e MPP na mo de mo ho afore e PPP e guma na mo de mo ho afore no e kwadon ko na beba na chese mo people no are just working for party and as a government e woso no e na money net dikaso bom but e ne sanso a sebe impreduasan. Yes, wo ju wakoko nkosia no na wo ye nkokọ ma no now eda obetu ebo etwa esofra na itsada na mpafun besi ebedum bribi e fese mo pese Ghana fo embu mo Christian Council Ghana fo embu mo na mo fa manum asem enya asem manum asem en value no na mo lose mo credibility ndada in that case no edu samre na mo aka se Ghana fo emu ade.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. Let me get a bit closer. So we are currently at the Obra Sport here at Circle, the Kwame Nkrumah Circle to be precise, and you're live on Wazo TV. This is the special coverage of the demonstration being organized by the NDC as well as the over 50 CSOs just to protest against the EC's adamant to listen to the calls of many people that look, the current voters register needs a forensic audit because of several discrepancies. But there is another young man here. I remember I interviewed him a few months ago. He contested in the whole central constituency as a parliamentary candidate, but he didn't get a nod. He is in the Ghana colors this morning. Why are you here?
Well, I'm here because the leadership of NDC has called for a positive action. The electoral register is not right, and we are all gathered here to show to the whole world that the NDC has eyes for details. So NDC has seen something wrong with the electoral register, and we are calling on all Ghanaians to come here, join us. Let's protest so that the Electoral Commission will right the wrongs as far as the register is concerned. There's too much discrepancy in the electoral register. That is why we are here.
The EC says they are working on all of those discrepancies.
Well, they are working on it. They are working on it. Doesn't cut for us. You know, there's a time within which you have to operate. You see, if this thing goes on and on, it will get to a point where everybody will throw his hands or her hands up in the air and say that, oh, we are already close to the election, so let it happen. But I see this as a deliberate attempt by the EC to rig the election once more, so that they will say that, oh, we have conducted the elections. Whatever grievances NDC has, they should go to court. And you see, it's become like a cocoa football. The EC will pass the ball to the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice will empanel a court and say that the NDC has lost the election. So this time, we are not going to go to court. We said there's something wrong with the register, so it must be rectified. You see, in 2016, the EC cheated the polling stations. They created these regional collation centers, and then they moved the cheating to the regional collation centers. Now NDC is alert, both at the polling station, at whatever station. And so now the EC wants to use the register as a form of the tool for the rigging. So we have identified it, and we are saying that the register has to be audited. Now, what is wrong with asking for that? The EC called on all parties to mobilize their members to register. Now we have registered. You have a register, and we are saying that the register we all created, let's look at it. Let's all sit down and audit it. If Mr. A is on the register, I agree, A is on the register. If Mr. B is not on the register, we all agree B is not supposed to be on the register. Take it out. What is the difficulty about this? There's no difficulty about this. We did it together. So let's look at it together. Let's audit it together. I don't think the EC should be running away from this. Like the Reverend said, he goes to credit the EC itself. Jean Mensah's hand will be held high. If we do this audit and it comes out clean, then NDC would have raised the necessary issues anyway. If they don't come out clean, we are only helping to sanitize the system, and there's nothing wrong with that. I ask a question: is it that it is only NDC executives or members who are seeing something wrong with the register? Where is the Peace Council? Where is the Christian Council? Where is MPP? Where is CPP? Where are they? Are they not seeing anything wrong with the register? Is it only NDC that sees something wrong with the register? No, definitely no. But I think that everybody is sitting on their fence, creating the impression that it is an NDC agenda. No, I am not in NDC colors today because I believe this is a national call to duty. Everybody must get involved so that we sanitize the system. We don't have to wait till the unfortunate happens. Then we turn around and say that, had we known. The time is now. Let's do it now so that we don't get to 7th December and we find ourselves wanting as a nation. So the AU, the ECOWAS, everybody that normally serves observers to the elections, this is the time they have to open their eyes. It starts from now, not 7th December. So I am here to lend my support to the crowd call that the register must be audited.
I'm going to ask you the final question. What next after today?
After today, we would expect the EC to respond. The EC must respond to this demonstration. Now, their response will determine the next line of action. If they agree to the audit, our executives, our chairman, leader, and so on, will sit down with them and do the audit. If they don't agree, after the demonstration, we will do it again and again and again until the EC sees reason. And I'm sure that in the next demonstration, every peace-loving Ghanaian, everybody who has the welfare of Ghana at heart, will come over and will all demonstrate against the EC.
Thank you so much for speaking to us as well. So there you had another protester who has, spoken about the reasons why they are demonstrating today here in Greater Accra.
Abusiani ekoso no demonstration. Enough is enough demonstration ekoso ewo enkran pumpuni mantem no. Na the demonstration akasa no ekoso ewo all the regions of Ghana. ena if you good maybe somo ewo Lawson TV Pro Max so remember so be kakra betimi afre obem se numbers no etwagu ewo screen so obetimi afre na wache wadwen WhatsApp call and normal call betimi ache wadwen say what you think say is okay and I say hu hia pass easy intimi MPA register nim na this forensic of this year amount for kind especially NDC for kabisa say yemfa yema enkoso no hu hia and I say NDC for na omuduobo she ni ho nso mo pese omo create impression bi na kwaye say bibi koso ni ade no mo betimi ache wadwen o comment section afin so numbers no na etwagu e wo screen so o betimi afre 0245126253 normal call na say WhatsApp call so and o betimi afre 0546342762 na and also wafre na wachire wadwen e wo ne ekoso ene ho Ghana for kasa wo hwe screen so na videos na etwagu no say Ghana for bi aye ready say ampa omo katre isi ye nua ba ye mame isi Jane Mensah ne na pamfo na dwumayefo nyina se omo ma ho kwan na register no yen hwehwem because if you see that every I think say as if 4 years be they do this last 4 years I remember now was say change yes a sign register no na say yen preso and whatever this time they are not asking for the change of the register but rather they are asking for say the register no should be or needs to be audited. Auditors embra ni embesha say bibia edana kwan mu afia medin a ya bo ne kama ya twere number ya dia ma me no sa na hye so baby a meka say me yi me vote akono ehwa na wo yes adia according to information can just say to take not more than 2 weeks at least by 1 week this auditing should be done and done with. Then asumdua bobia to obia nim say yes bibia eye krogen na mom ekoba ne say ampa say mo ma ho kwan na say asumdua mente me ho asemba mu de mu ngya yen ya ye beye ya ade ya ye yen hwehwebu na say bibi wo hono ma mu di isi ampa yes ase bibi wo hono ma nkasa mu di isi ampa enti no ade enti na mo bie mu ho ade enti na mo ntia se na yentimi mbie eye register yimu na asumdwe ba na yenhwe bibia gu na kwan mu a what are you people afraid of ena no mo kano ebiesi penti anase ne ayehu before 2024 year mu yete say PVC machines bi ayira ewo EC office meanwhile police for wo ho asoja for wo honom ye wo security cameras ewo honom security personnel ewo honom members and workers of the electoral commission ewo ho but yes still these machines were able to be stolen by whosoever. Yes, so we don't know the whereabouts of these PVC machines. And no crampo no, Omanka say ECU officials no, who I tell you, NDC phone at the Bible say there be who say bibi say koso ya te say bibi say koso ampa ansana omomo yo munhwem na yisi aba wonte say oh ampo machines bi ayira na momo no to no enya bibi sa enya bibi bia ha adwen bia sa entimi affect election how a property for Ghana a property for the EC amu use the year juma anything over the EC there office no even pen amode twira e wo hono mokrampo no e ka election ho e making means and I say e be during election time even the pen you people used to write. And how can you tell Ghanaians say nia ekwaso no enya de ahwe besi abusia election no e ho ensama na eguso no afi 2024 say wonim say election time bibi atimi si demonstration ekwaso yintie na eguso a ekwaso
refuse to budge, we will bring the government to its knees by locking down the nation.
All right. Very well. Thank you so much. As I announced earlier, the arrival of the chairman of the party, Honorable Johnson Asiedu Nketia, but the man who always lead the youth, the man you always see on the grounds, charging the atmosphere, is yet Sam Jata Nete George, is here as well the MP for Ningo Pram constituency. Honorable, thank you so much for joining us here on Ways TV. Looking at the crowd, what do you feel?
Well, thank you for having me on Ways. It's solid. The people of Ghana, the young people, the elderly, everyone has come out and is making a stand to the Electoral Commission. Enough is enough. You can't continue to take us for a ride. Enough is enough. I mean, we've had enough. an irresponsible electoral commission, a recalcitrant electoral commission, an electoral commission that seems to want to be a player in the game that they're supposed to be refereeing. We can't continue like that. Enough is enough.
Whatever challenges you guys are talking about, the EC says they are working on it. Don't you trust the EC?
If you are working on it, the best way for us to determine that you're working on it is for us to have an audit. So let's have an audit. It's a simple problem. Fact. So if you say you admit that we have legitimate issues, you admit, then you say you are working on it. We need to determine that you're actually working on it. The only way we can do this is to have an independent audit. Let the NDC provide an IT person, let the NPP bring an IT person, let the CPP, let all the political parties bring independent IT people. The EC should bring its issues and let them report to us. And then we know that, okay, yes, truly you have worked on it. But how do we determine that you've worked on it? We can't take the EC's word. The EC is not credible enough for us to take their words. Not Mensah, not Bosman Asari, not Samuel Tete. None of them has carried or conducted themselves in a way that engenders trust. So we can't believe them and trust them.
But again, the EC tells us that, look, they have what it takes to do an internal auditing. Why are you doubting it?
If they had what it took and they were competent, we wouldn't have found the issues. Their so-called competence allowed them to proceed and tell us that they had a credible register until we pointed out the flaws. So clearly their competence is highly incompetent.
What next? If the EC doesn't pay heed to all your calls, what next?
The EC will have no option than to pay heed. That we can assure you. There would be no peace without justice. That much we must make it clear to President Akufo-Addo in the electoral committee.
Beating world ranks.
We're sounding a note of caution.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. And of course, you always have him speak on matters.
Yenua Bema yes Sam Jata George and I Okasado Sha during Tumuchumu Asamono hey baby Jile was a membre window me wa body department primo be ending it to okrum ha or not there when it comes to nsem to say there asum J Embra wa my Ghana mu dia Sam George ejina mu papa o se ono there yesipo onpo o catch any say omuntie asama omoka asum J Embra ombiem eno an omope omo de ni omo kan ne say opo onpo onye enye sadia they are not going to stop this demonstration. Ebusia Sam George said they are not paid their war drums nemum omo pasonje yen papa esedo inketia the national chairman and I kasa
democracy is our ability to fight the tyrant and defeat him and install democracy once again. From 1992, it is today that our democracy is being subjected with the test, and we shall prevail. Democracy lovers shall prevail. Elections alone does not guarantee democracy. It is democratic-minded persons, democratic-minded citizens who are ready to fight for their rights who can guarantee democracy. Once upon a time, when this country was under colonialism, our leaders like Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Sergeant Ajete, Corporal Tipo, they bought up and decided to fight so that those of us living can live in peace. They fought. Some people died. But that is the reason why we are living today. And so today is our time. We must not let our ancestors down. We must not let our future generations down. It is our time to fight. What we are doing is to prevent war in this country. If you want to prevent war, you fight to remove everything that has the tendency to generate into war. There is no option. There is no sitting on the fence. If you sit on the fence today and allow conflict to mature into war, you will be conscripted into the army to fight and die. So instead of waiting for war to break, for you to be conscripted to go and fight and die, fight now against the elements that are generating the conflict. So we are ready to fight. We are ready to fight. So we ask not for any big favor. We are not asking for a favor from Electoral Commission or the Nakufado or Baumia. We are demanding our right to free and fair elections. So we are warning them. Today is only the beginning. If they think that after the demonstration, everybody will go to sleep if they don't accede to their request, they are joking. Today is just the beginning. That is why we have restricted this demonstration to regional offices. The next demonstration will go to district and constituency offices of the Electoral Commission. And we will fight and fight and fight till the written is done. So thank you very much for your smart turnout. I want to believe that we can now begin the march. The march is beginning, and we are marching for victory. We are marching to save our country. It is now or never. There is no sitting on the fence. You are either part of the problem or you are part of the solution. Let every youth, employ youth in this country get up, and let us fight to save our country. Let us fight to save our economy. Let us fight to save the lives of numerous Ghanaians who cannot walk, who cannot come out. But we are here today. We are going to fight. And we will fight and fight and fight till the right thing is done. Who pretend to be peace-loving? If you pretend to be peace-loving and you are condoning wrongdoing, you are actually the one who is brooding conflict in this country. Those who want peace must prepare and fight against the elements that will bring disruption in the country. That is why we are ready to fight against the elements that will disturb our democracy. So thank you very much, and may God bless our homeland Ghana. We will not retreat and we will not surrender. We are going straight for victory. Victory for our democracy. Victory for not only a political party, but victory for the democracy and freedom of this country. Thank you very much, and may God bless our homeland.
Abusia aye national aye chairman General Mosquito, the only mosquito just on more malaria hey asamwesi ena abusia wabekasa ache say ono any penyifo nyina before no we say Sam George ebekasa ye abusia eno echi no yenu papa General Mosquito enso aba abekasa ama ene omo say omo de yade a demonstration yi omo ya omo ya enyade a omo bejai ene anase mpo no eye ochena in the sense say so wo man mu hanom say na se wo pe asumdwe a won pese basabasa yo ebesi a nyema bi a ede basabasa yo ebeba no eyade a obesi ano entem ne senti no omo de omo ye ready papa say asumdwe ena omo pe, and because of that omo de demonstration ahyehyɛ so hwe say Ghana fo nyina inform ho emberem omo hwe say Ghana fo nyina inform ho enrem na demonstration ya omo ye enkwasomdwe so omo mpese dachi bi ebekwa akoye say a little misunderstanding ebe de entokwa ebeba enti no dua mpanyifo say ebe owani no yetu ase yentwa so And this is the time omo peso bia hu ne a ekoso no na so otena bi se omo anye na so omo ya asoden na omo anye osotie amane a eko no na se basaba bi eba enye omo fault. Even though I say they don't want any war in this country. As I fear God, I don't want any war. All of you, I know you listen to me or watching me doesn't want any war in this country because then you gonna for ye who for. Ye intimi. No, or not say this is the time. I was a software. I him for impending for all the stakeholders in this country. Obi biara waka e womu biano. Your votes need to be counted and your votes need to be valid. That's why we are asking EC officials no. Ye mami, ye nuaba, ya dafu ye bibia Jen Mensah say, all availing a ho say, Obama ho kwan. Na ono ankasa, MPP penny for, NDC penny for, Gum penny for, any everybody should get their hands on the decks. No me na enyen pense mu. Enti no, this time na omo ye regional demonstration no. Ensi hwa say isi ya swoden no ye na adwen say ekoba say omo ye wie a obi akwa akoda o me fa ho Ghana de ni mo ensi hwe ni ade se hu kumefreko demonstration we ye enough is enough demonstration. This is not the only demonstration we've seen and ye hu ba bi e nti mu fi oma osio omo be ya akosi say bibi papa bi ebe film aba demonstration igusu ekoso papa General Mosquito akasa o say they are marching to EC office. Yengusu inti ni yenhwe ne ekoso ewo Accra.
Ransom. No at all. We are not. We just want the EC to do the right thing. And they are refusing things they know that they are supposed to do because they are hiding behind the NPP. That is why they are refusing to do the right thing. So we are not holding them ransom at all.
All right, thank you so much for speaking to us. And of course, another concern of one of the protesters here at the Obra Sports, they are not taking it easy at all. They feel that the EC must listen to them. Sir, I didn't know.
I'm here because I'm fighting for my rights. Njama Electoral Commission course with the ruling government because of what we say exhibition, a lot of illegal transfer and I detected a lot of irregularity. Yes, from for audit, which they are denying. But we the NDC are showing them whether they do the audit today or they wait 2025 when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama come to power, the audit will be done.
So you are calling on the EC to listen to your cause. If they don't, as a young man, what will you do?
We are the citizens of Ghana, and we are calling the Electoral Commission because number one, it's with our taxpayers' money that we used to pay them. So they have the right to listen to us on what our concern are, so that they will do the needed date. We are less than 2 months into the general election. Ghana is a peaceful country, and we want the peace to continue. But with all the irregularity that is going on, I don't think they are being fair to we Ghanaians.
Very well. Let me pick the last thought from any other person quickly. Mami, Etisen.
Nyamiadu.
I didn't know.
Gentle me wa asenu. Me pese easy. Onya adwin. Ohun se mo brapa. Omo okuro nu mu. Die yakasa oye no. Ye panicho. Onye maye. Na asonduye emba kuro nu.
Una musi ye pe ma omuko high positions. The leader of the EC, the chairperson, is a woman. Nempa upe katre Jen Mensah.
Die me pese me katre ma EC. Jen Mensah. Yes, Renu. Yadi nyankufa we esrenu. Ma ondi ni baba kwechiri. Ondi omu inachi. Ye peye my Ghana. Ye Ghana for. Ye nya obi ye Ghana for. Yes, Renu yadi nyankufa we edisrenu. Said ye yakasa onyenu. Ombomodi onyamai. Ye puse onyenu. Ombomodi onyamai. Just 2 weeks. Oma ye bibiye we. See.
Say, omu ya, then omu meye.
You bet to us, I do demonstration. I'm a Sibia, and there's a BBC. No, never friend. Yefrobia, just or no, any boss master. You know, never friend. Yefrobia, Omo, no, Omodina, ever bought into your strom, your cottage, your home, or your strom.
All right, thank you so much as well. Just quickly in your shot, there you can see Sami Jemfi as well. Thank you so much, Honorable, for joining us here on Wake Up TV. The event is about rolling quickly. What next if the EC doesn't even listen to you guys?
Come again.
I'm asking you, what next if the EC doesn't listen? The EC tells us that they are already doing the forensic auditing.
No, they don't have a choice. Whether they like it or not, they must do the right thing. They must allow for an audit of the register and its IT systems. The NDC will not sit aloof and watch the EC disenfranchise even one registered voter. The people of this country have the right to choose who the next president and members of parliament should be. Mensah cannot make that choice for us. And so we are calling for fairness, we are calling for transparency, and we are calling for justice. And the power of the people is powerful than the people in power, and nothing will be able to change that.
I mean, the NDC is not just the only stakeholder in this game. There are other political parties. The most biggest one is the New Patriotic Party. They seem adamant, they seem not concerned about this. You are not bothered? Is the NDC not just crying foul?
Of course, the New Patriotic Party are in cahoots with the Electoral Commission to rig the election. And so we are not surprised about their definite silence on this matter. But all progressive forces, all voices of conscience are joining this struggle for us to have a credible register for free and fair elections. Today, the movement for change led by Alan Kojo Chemantin, the Butterfly family, will be joining us. We know that the PNC are also going to be here. We know that there are over 16 civil society organizations who are all going to be here. So this is a national struggle, and all progressive forces, all voices of conscience are expected to be here, all the other 15 regional capitals, to demand for a credible
Abusia just a demonstration a ekɔ so chenchreche ewo ɔman Ghana mu ha no na just yɛde ɛho nsɛm mo fa nkyɛme aba just a demonstration nyina is against yenua ba maame fɛfɛ ɔba kama Jane Mensah ɔda screen so a wo hwɛ ne nyina enimu no abusia Ghana fo bi asɛm ɔmo ka nyina ɛne sɛ Ghana ha yɛ wɔ no abiri na 4 years bia yenim sɛ yɛto aba ye kwakotro yendin emre so na yesi se mabia akwanya obia kwatro ne din ukwatro din wi uma o se mabie obia kwatro se ne din na okwatro ne din wo mampa na ukwatro se odin wo mu wi a efedi o se masan ya bie mu atum wo pese bia o bie utro wodin ewo north wo yi ko south obia o pese o ebia wo eye fanti akwa wo yi besen ko banch brofu yedru ko yi ko na asomdwe bra bia ofo se obetimi ayi akwa ama edu emra ye kwoto aba wetimi aye comfortable akwa kwoto aba no ewo honom no koyi ekwo na asomdwe embra me no ka say de Ghana for NDC for any Ghana for dodo na akontuma ba no say this time no omo pese isi ema ho kwan na ye register no obiem ni ye hwehwem ye yemu hwehwem hu say obi adin okotwere na wom baby obia se pese odekọ no odekọ abusia comment no ewo ho betimi do comment aba wa wo pese wo friend so na wo kire wa adwen no WhatsApp call no 0245126253 on WhatsApp 0245126253 on WhatsApp. And up a cell friend normal call and so line na 0546342762. Numbers no ena egu screen so no. Send a wadwin kire epese wo kire wadwin bia na sa wadwin ekire obia no. Opese wo fra obetimi afre na wa kire wadwin. Opese wo tron so a comment section no ho no. Obetimi e de wo comment aba. Do you think say it's necessary? Ehun hia. Say yebeye sa forensic auditing yi ana sempo no ehun ehia ya tete nsem bebre Ghana fo bi eyam hwehwe omo obu hono ma on say wa belong to one particular party and asa dia nti wa affiliating itself on one particular party nti no or this SPB because we na the yam hwehwe no and do not have this perception say when you are on government, when you are in government that it's easy for you to wreck election. Wrecking of election is easy for you because one I was so why na was so na nya kana yetie enkrofo a ewo hododo na eye wa enkrofo because una say bi obema ma omo positions no yenu about Mensah, we all know say MPP aban and ne share ho what you say and see a lot of Ghanaians think say MPP among yokuo no ewo say ewo ye mami yi so even though she is an independent because EC official no adwumakuo no independent institution, but yes so though independent where she wasn't voted over there. What you say? Ye appointed no. Enti nipa na wa appoint no mama wadwuma no. No matter whether you are independent or not, nipa no was say kakra, se nipa no influence kakra e wo so. And because of that, Ghanaians think say because MPP for na ede ye maame Mensah ehye ho ninti no omo wo eye upper hand e wo ne so a ombetime ne no edikasu bomu bi ene ade. Apart from that no workers ni bi e wo ho no ma an ya na ede yenkrofo ede omo hye ho any vantage point bi a betime di obi ahya e be go in our favor and we have done that, we will do that. And then you know for the government in power no to wreck election no, people think it's easy. That's why they think said there's some kululu be a sumasi JDB koso because there has been this information, whether it's true or not, because they say who be na no kakra eche ebusiafo oma tete say ana ya tete o my Ghana mu ha say transfer of voting bi akoso a enye personality no nipa na individuals and a transfer of vote ne ekọ that places na momo no so that election no meant me ho asemba ana say ebe ma kwan ma NDC for etimi elusu na MPP for winning nti no isi ne mpanyfo bi aya no kro ma transfer voters ni bi e de akọ unknown places. This is the main reason why the NDC amanyokuo no and some people, some Ghanaians, some peace-loving Ghanaians, some citizens think say fine if that's the case there, then ye nyina ye auditing. Ye nyina ye ni tuem because so when ni tuem a ye ndi nja wo wabusua. Obetimi afre 0245126253 eda o screen so ana 0546342762 na abusua also watchere wadwen about this election near elfo say ebetimi SCC niama e wo say yetimi amafo are accusing and pointing fingers calling the peace council. Say near aircos or my Ghana, they are not saying anything about it. They are not doing anything about it. They don't know when the peace council is going to say something about what is happening. Are they waiting for say and Tokwabe see? Obi betche sekan, obi betche tuyo, obi betche aba. Te say near nani ayet ni say ewa asante mansum no away demonstration ya aircos enough is enough demonstration ya. Te say yenya nti say nipa mienu. Protesters nipa mienu serious aye de oma call to hospital my police phone bi nso prepare ne nyina ne say some clash B was between the protesters and the police my police phone no to tear gas to tear gas ama ebi prepare. We don't want such things. We know say Ghana hanom say no omanya obi a che nadwen a democratic nation. Obia etrimiche na adwen which is kabima men kabia mamwo ena ye wa ha meti ha fie me kire ma adwen me ka ne amepe obia also wo ho kwan se obeka ne ope but yes still no even though ye ka ne ye pe no we are making sure say ne ye ka no enya dia edin tokwa beba edi me owuo beba edi me ntime ho ase ebe peja how bia aba omanim edi oye ne bia aba. And you know, demonstration is one of the ways we have seen means when you if you mini ye men who ye crime who demonstrations more than 30 times here in Ghana. So this is not the first. This is not going to be the last one we are going to see in this country. So why is it that edu emre bi na saman for a demonstration na a police fuobi what you say etime e de omo hu hyem no ma ye say omo de omo na say be omo de eche say dwuma ne omo de se omo pay na ye ne mo hu nsem a kire protesters no. Why? Last time I was at Accra demonstration bi, and we saw how a police for tear gas, pepper spray, a boom crop for a one kind. Ye Ghana for, and we have the right to protest. We have the right to share our opinions. As no be by demonstration, there is a process. I was sending pan film, a Jumaquani film, institution on person demonstration. I was some film. And sana ya momo kwan. Why is it that after some of this all this process ni mono? I'm really talking about what has happened at Kumasi. We are yet to confirm. Even though from a reliable source, no, it's true, but we are yet to confirm that. At the internet, for be say a demonstration. Na ya momo kwan. Say animal ye. Na yes, so a police for will be like say, I had them waiting for how much me for. I didn't say maka say adna mafaha. Adna pa kuo mofa no me say. What the day na mawo? Because there hasn't been any demonstration. I have to say, it's always between the protesters and the police. Order from above, you say mamon for her. Order from above, you say mamon kasi. What we are saying now is Ghana democratic country. Na kabi mamen kabi aman yoku mai na ye wom obi atime kire na. The most important thing is say, o kire wa adwen ya ebeye ne ade asomdwe beba enkoye ne ade ho obi abeba. Eno nti ye mami Jane Mensah, what we are asking is say, is it true, mami? Is it true you are hiding something? Is it true, sir? Ampa say only MPP for edi kasuboma mudi sumasi dwedi. Is it true, sir? Ampa say when you din crofo din if register ni mudi crofo mudi eni mudi omunti ho edin asesem. Is it true say edu 7th December if ya goes me kwa akoto aba na se me kwa me kuro me Apem North na me kwa akoto aba me hu say me din e wo ho na mum me kwa akohwe no me bisa na ese me din akwa akoto ho e wo bra se be predua se me te me nya igbeni enye se bi oya igbeni kwa be sinya to aba ho, but me need anything to do over there. Enye ho na me te enye ho na me ye adwuma enye ho na me fi na nso be hwe na me din akopie mu ho sa na ya te se e koso. And it's not Ghana phobia and so as to say, ma'am, ye na yen shim. Nano craning daddy. So why is it that you are hesitating? You are hesitating. And I way, and I ya be and what is it? A de pa, and a waho. Electoral Commission ho. A de pa na waho inti a 1 person be a beba hon. I will see the number is 0245126253. You can call and share your opinion, and I say 0546342762. Obetimi afre na wache wadwe e wo nea ekoso no nea esi no oje de say Ghana for che say eye hu kwa ana nipa bonifo bia nipa bia na epese de ehu eso Ghana for so Ghana for so na afede omoma eye ehu eba Ghana for bi so na ema ehu eba ema asomdwe entime emba oje de say eno na ekoso abusan obetimi akire wadwe e wo comment section ho e de amaye ha ye Lawson TV ye ne yenuanom Wezo TV na ye ne omo edi sa dwumadie ha Lawson TV medin de no afia gold pomoden subscribe to the channel unya subscribe ya like comment and so pomoden share video no so e ma foforo fa comment e bra ye nyina o my Ghana na ewom ye hwe se asomdwe ebeba ye hwe se mkuntu ebeba after 2024 election we are not going to vote based on Ofimikurum. We are not going to vote based on Oye Christoni. We are not going to vote based on say Oye Kremoni. No, we are going to vote based on economical situation na ye wo mu no situation na Ghana for ye wo mu aho kire aba be pio mayi mu ekoma ewo mayi mu Ghana me se ya yama ho kwan ama ye nsuo nyina asai na no me hwe content bi girl bi okoto this okoto nido enoto ni sugar eno ben nsuo hu noto ni burodo eno hwe egu mu wanyati o hwe ye gu mu na onom tea because nsuo ni truly asani a wo hwe milo anase next cafe egu nsuo omanya yeti mu Nyankopon de agapade ache ye ode ye beto asase so ode ye beto man from mu yankasa de yade yensa esse yade sikape eni bre enti no yede yankasa yadwen yensa asai agapade awrade de amaye na wona makra kwan so efi akra ekokumase ana kumase kwa akra de a mobo ka kwan ho pe na yetu galamsey daytime yempanyfo hu they are not saying anything. So this time we are not going to vote based on say oye kremoni oye pepeni oye igweni oye fantini ntia na momo yenhwe ni obetimi aboa mo my Ghana yafa yentuma perfia because I tell you 5 years to come no ho ebusia ye nyina ya re be boy because of insu aye no nti we are saying say water is life. So if water is life, why are we destroying our lives? Cleanliness is next to godliness. They are fighting a few of my Ghana muhasa say ya say so aka ho. Ejapadia ya wo my Ghana muha. Empanyfo bi e de pesamin kuminya asay ejapa my ejapadia nyina. Ede so na obegina de ato aba na abato na oba kwa akoso no na no me hu ba ko bi na oka bankum obi because of person to aba ma no nipa na ba ofie be ka bankum ama wo se na be ya obeto aba ma no so oto aba ne wi a e ma no because obeka bankum ama that day a obeye den na 4 years time we hu no impuntu be no de beba oba be ka bankum ama after se wenya abanana yen fanyansa ento ya bato osho America any other European countries na omu vote ya omu ko election na they vote based on impuntunjuma akoso they vote based on obia our good policies I betimi aboa oman no ene emu nipa enkola emrantie emaba ne panyimfo a ewo oman ni Ghana, we are more than 60 years in independence. Where are we heading towards? Unjina so nti ade kwa akoso about 2024 yi December 7th day. And how are you sure that your votes will be counted? How sure are you that your votes yenya nipa baako ewo ahoma ne so ye ne no ebedi enkomo eno nti no abusia ye beye den na ye abaye kwakoso yi yetimi akan anase abato no asomdwe etimi aba empanyin spose ekwantintin bia no ewie wo aboboa ano na fenso enso taponcheni a ojewo ntigana fobi enso afiase eje wo nso eche woto amu a ya na eyi hanti afia Mensah mre me ko na mama kwan ama afoforo na mo so dwumedia eto aso etimi e de abremu enough is enough demonstration enuanom NDC for ene Ghana form panyifo bi e de hyehyɛ so about the election yen nuaba EC boss Jane Mensah so ma ho kwan na forensic audit no intimi embraso no a osi da bi no eno ho demonstration eno mo ye na me de bi ebesom nyame adoma modafo pa efia good agudie ba kope ebesen ye hia enchi akase enko ema eye adofo a mobo moden ehwe yen ye nuaba Doris na efe nso eye gold channel enchia enko ema mo na efe nso ebi enko ma honorable eye Prince Henry enim Oredu a oye ogina ewo eye okre mpesua so ede ama NDC amayoko honorable Prince Henry enim Oredu ebusia abrante kama wotie mi a ya no ato ama no why ye nyina ehwe se bebi a betimi aboa amana kwa amana ye yie no ho ne nyina ede vote ebeko ha na mede mu esie mu nuaba efiago